Greetings and welcome to the latest episode of Preserve the 80s. I come to you today from Wendy's, and what prompted me to go here was that a few days ago I saw a headline to an article mentioning that a new meal had been introduced, the Krabby Patty combo. I'm not familiar with the show SpongeBob Dissapointment-Pants, but apparently it's connected to that. I think Krabby Patties are SpongeBob's favorite food or something like that. When I got here, I was a bit disappointed because part of the meal is a milkshake, so obviously I would not be indulging in that. But the greater disappointment is with what the Krabby Patty actually is, and I will take that out and show it to you. Now, it would have been naive of me to expect Wendy's to be serving a crab cake or an actual crab anything, especially with the way prices are now. But I'd hope that at least maybe it would be some type of a fried fish sandwich or something more nautical in nature. But it's just a burger. It's much like what the quarter-pound single used to be, and more on that in just a moment. Except this is the wrong burger. This is going to be a visual aid for later on. Yes, it's quite similar to what the quarter-pound single used to be, except for the fact that it has this pinkish orange Krabby Patty sauce on it. They just weren't even trying. They just picked a name that was well known, a product that I guess had something to do with that name, slapped them together to get people to come in, and I guess it worked, because here I am. But this feels like a bit of a bait and switch to me. And the reason why I say it's like what the classic single used to be is that the Krabby Patty touts itself as having a quarter-pound of meat on it. And as can be observed between these two burgers, the quarter-pound single is, well, not the quarter-pound single, the Dave single, as they now call it, is significantly smaller than a quarter-pound of meat. They call it the quarter-pound single, and there was the half-pound double, the three-quarter-pound triple. For years, that's what it was called. Then shrinkflation comes along, and suddenly it becomes Dave's single, Dave's double, Dave's triple. They downsized, gave people a less filling meal, less of a value, and they used Dave Thomas's name to do it. He must be spinning in his grave right now. And I can tell you that when I die, I'll be spinning in my grave over it too, because the disrespect from your own company, it's mind-boggling. But guess I might as well try this excuse for a new burger. I mean, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Krabby Patty on SpongeBob actually is a burger, but I just assumed it would be a crab sandwich of some kind if they're calling it a Krabby Patty and the show takes place underwater. Misleading. I mean, maybe the sauce is seafood infused in some way. Doesn't look like it though. But I mean, it looks kind of like Thousand Island dressing with some pepper in it, but let's find out. I mean, it's like Thousand Island dressing. It's not exactly the same. It's a bit thinner, slightly more tangy with a mild citrus note. but it doesn't impress me in any way, shape, or form. It's barely even noticeable on the burger. If I hadn't opened it up and looked at it, and I just bit into it, I would think that it was probably just mayonnaise that had gone a little sour, gone off a bit. I do notice that, well, I guess the pickles and onions and tomatoes are on here, so yeah, it's exactly like a Dave's single, only with some type of orange thin sauce on top, and it's not really doing it for me. Maybe it's my fault for not watching the show. Maybe I'm wrong about all this, but it just doesn't add up to me. What this sauce really reminds me of, is if you've ever gone to Dairy Queen and gotten a flamethrower burger, tasted the sauce on there, it's kind of like that if they took away the spiciness of the sauce and then just ramped up the ketchup-y factor 95% and made it more runny. That would be the Krabby sauce. Tastes absolutely nothing like anything resembling crab or anything that's ever touched the ocean. I mean, I guess Thousand Islands are within water, but the Thousand Islands aren't in the ocean, they're in freshwater. So, I mean, there are freshwater crabs, but I've always assumed SpongeBob took place under the ocean. Maybe it is a freshwater crab. I mean, I could be getting some things wrong when it comes to SpongeBob fandom. It's not my area of expertise. But what I do know is that this was not worth... It does not justify having a new name. It does not justify this promotion that they're doing. It's a bait and switch, really. I don't know about the milkshakes. I mean, I guess it's like pineapple mango flavor. I don't know how that's connected to the show. Maybe it is somehow. But I'm of the lactose intolerant persuasion, and I just hate anything dairy that's not butter. And I also despise mangoes, so I won't be trying that. But that's really all there is to say for this installment. Except I will add, look at how small medium fries have become. This would have been a small at one time, now it's a medium. And what's now the large is what used to be a medium, and the biggie size, or great biggie, equivalent to super size, just no longer exists. But for the public service announcement portion of things, as I've told you many times, whenever possible, get your fries with butter. Actually, they didn't give me the butter packets I asked for, so I can't demonstrate that, but always ask for your fries with butter. After I finish taping this, I will go in there and get the butter packets that I am owed. Farewell.